Hey, how's it going, everyone? Kuma here. It's been a while. I know. I'm sorry. It's just the whole state of, the world right now, and with in need of jerks. I kind of just been neglecting my channel, regretfully. But I'm trying to get back on that horse. Trying to get more stuff on here. First video back, Kuma Talks. Hey, that's a pretty good deal, though. I feel like these videos are kind of needed for me, at least. Just a way to just talk and shit. I mean, I've already said that, right? But it's been a while, and people are probably just tuning in and like being like, "What the fuck is this?" But yeah. This took a long time too. I would have done more of these earlier. See, here's the thing. I'm gonna go off on a little rant here, but originally, before I even bothered to make this Kuma Talks, right? Before I even bothered to make a video, right? Like with the whole Sonic Mania shit, I wanted to make a Tekken video talking about, ranking them from best to worst or worst to best. And giving a little bit of my experience, because I really love Tekken. I grew up with Tekken, right? And it was a game that my mom and I played, because, like, we that's how we bonded, I guess. I mean, outside of other stuff, right? But, like, that was, like, our main go-to fighting game, or whatever. And, I got through, like, maybe half of the video or so. Or no, I was, like, 3/4 of the way done. And I lost all the audio. So that really pissed me off, and I was just like, okay, you know what, fuck that, I'm gonna have to go do something else. Then by something else, I just went to go work on the native jerks and stuff, and I just not gave up on my channel, but I just didn't want to do any of these talking videos, and that's what happened. Right, and it just really like lowered my my morale. But yeah, I'm back at it. I had some other topics that I wanted to go over, and I didn't know how to get started and stuff. And I finally asked my good friends, Logan and Angel, and I was like, alright, which one sounds more interesting? The negative effects of having too many video games, on like your dashboard, or like growing up with seizures, growing up with with seizures and having an overdose at like the age of fucking 12. I think I was 12. I feel like I was younger, but my mom said I was 12, so yeah. And they were like, oh yeah, the fucking seizures sound like a better thing to talk about. It's more personal. I'm like, I guess you're right. So I'm gonna do that. I normally say, I'm coming in, no script, no. I'm not coming in with a script. I do have some points though written down. So it was. I had to call up my mom and be like, hey mom, I'm gonna have to ask you some questions about a rough time in your life, or a rough time in our lives. Some scary shit. And she was like, "Oh, okay." She was a champ. She didn't cry until the very end. So you're strong, mom. I love you. So yeah. I wasn't. I don't know. Are people born with seizures? I would say no. I don't know, actually. I mean, maybe, right? I don't know any facts. I'm just telling you guys kind of a story, okay? I'm just telling you guys parts of my life, because I don't know. I feel like if somebody, okay, here's why I normally do these Kuma Talks, right? Like, if somebody hears my point of view on something, right, and they're feeling bad, like maybe if they hear my point of view, or like my life or something, some bad stuff that happened or whatever, it makes them feel like, hey, everything, it's not that bad. Or if he can get through it, then I totally can. Because I mean, guys, I'm a fucking, like, I'm a loser. I'm a fucking, oh, I'm like the weakest person ever, bro. I say weak, but I'm a big guy. But you know what I mean? Like I never knew hardship or anything, not really, until like recently. But I'll get to that, right? or not recently, but you know, in the later years of my life. But I was like, I asked my mom, you know, like how old was I when this happened? Because I don't remember. Like I mean, I remember parts. I remember being in the hospital for a while. You know, after the overdose. But I don't remember too much. Like I remember that I did have, like, I had delaying seizures. Okay, I mean, I guess not exciting or not as like bad. I just had like drooling and staring. A lot of questions I get is like, what happens, you know? And I'll tell you, I mean, nothing really happens, I guess. Like, I don't remember anything. You know what I mean? Like you just go blank, you just black out or whatever, and then you wake up and you're like, what the fuck happened? That's how seizures went for me. Um, you know, whether it be the staring or the drooling or both of them at the same time. For some reason, it was. I mean, that's like really it. Like, you know, like I would either stare or drool, or I'd be staring, and that would cause the drooling. So, those were my seizures. But yeah, apparently I was 4 years old when when it started, and it kind of backed off, I guess, when I was 14, according to my mom. And you know, I can kind of like at 14 I would remember, and yeah, I mean, I still have like staring episodes. They're just not bad. Like, they're more so. Like, if you were to see me in a staring episode now, you'd think I was just like, you know, daydreaming or something. Like I'm not. I'm just like out of it. You know what I mean? But like, it's not as bad where it would be like minutes on end of me just fucking boom, gone. You know what I mean? It's a few seconds at most, maybe a minute. But like, yeah, like that's what it is now. Sometimes I don't get them often, not anymore. I asked her how she found out, because I kind of assumed that I was at home, you know, or something, and she saw it and she was like, what the fuck, I gotta go get my kid to the hospital or doctor or something. But no, apparently she got a call from school, and I guess this was at 4 years. I think it was in Head Start or whatever, or a little bit after, like first grade or something, right? I don't know how old. I think like 4 or 5 years old is when you're like in first grade, or kinder, or pre-K, right? So she got a call from, yeah, probably pre-K, kinder, but she got a call from school, and they told her like I seemed off. That's what they told her. I mean, I guess they just didn't realize. To be fair, it's like 2003 or something. 98, yeah, 2003, 2002, something like that, right? And I guess they just didn't know for sure. And again, like, it was probably just one of those staring episodes, not really a drooling one. And because I think the drooling, to be honest, I think it started after, you know, the whole hospital bit, or during. But my mom was like, kind of like, okay, you know, she didn't really. Like, they didn't really tell her anything, they just told her I was off, right? And, I guess from there, you know, it was just sporadic, you know, just staring episodes. And they weren't, like, too bad. She says, you know, she always just thought it was, like, daydreaming or whatever, because it wasn't, like, it didn't get too bad. There was a few times where I would be for minutes, but, like, you know, she didn't think there was really anything like that she could do. She just thought I was fucking weird or something, maybe. It wasn't until like, you know, a few of them in that she finally was like, okay, what's up with that? I think this is my thing, right? This is my like account of events, but I don't. She tells me that's not what happened. You know, she told me that it really like took off right when I went to this doctor who I won't mention by name. I feel like I shouldn't, right? But he was just prescribing med after meds after meds after meds, right? I don't know how to feel about that guy, to be honest. Like, the only thing I remember about that doctor was that he was like older. He had this, like, he just had white hair and like the fucking goatee and stuff. And we would just sit in his office, and he would ask me questions. I was a kid too, so I mean, I guess. But he would just ask me questions, and he would have me do like puzzles and stuff, and and a lot of the times he would just have an hourglass, and he would like time us. And I don't know. I don't really remember too much. I just remember he always had me do like something physical, like whether it be not physical, but like mental training, I guess. Like puzzles, doing what do they call it? Word searches and stuff like that. Like, you know, just stuff that like actually took my mental I don't know scientific, not scientific, but medical things or any that fucking stupid case. But just like to take, you know, to see how I problem solved, I guess, stuff like that. And but he would just prescribe med after med after med after med, and eventually, my mom didn't tell me any of the details, like what happened or anything, but like she just said one night I just was having a seizure, like a really bad one, and she took me to the hospital, and it turns out that the reason I had the seizure was because I had an overdose, and well, we stopped seeing that doctor obviously right after that. Like we just up and left that guy, and I stayed in the hospital for a week, you know, to flush out the meds out of my system. You know, and I don't remember too much. I remember I did have another seizure in the hospital. You know, I remember I had I just remember talking to my mom for like, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. I think I had like some applesauce or some shit. And you know, we're talking, and then just blacked out or whatever. Like I don't remember. Like I just went from talking to her to like her being like, "Hey, are you okay?" Like, what the fuck? And then I have this big old like pile of jewels on my fucking gown or whatever. Yeah, right, that's what they're called, the hospital gown. And I remember drinking, like, they were always giving me Sprite. That's what I remember about the hospital. And then we went home. And I mean, it got easier, I think, from there. She says I had two, like, very bad ones, or possibly two, but I don't remember the one. And she only told me about the one. She didn't tell me about the second one. So, but I feel like there might have been two. There was, I don't know what the fuck this was. So I'm gonna tell this story real quick. I don't know what this was, but at one point when we were living in Florida, I stayed home from school for some reason. I wasn't feeling well or something, and I was watching TV with my mom, and I started seeing these like spiders. Like, they weren't real. They were like, I guess what you would think a ghost looks like. You know, they were like kind of see-through, but like you could see them. You know, their shapes. And it was just coming down from the ceiling, and I was freaking out because they were like huge. And I'm like, they weren't small. Like, I mean, if they were like normal sized spiders, I would have just been like, Mom, there's a spider. But no, these were like big ass spiders, right? And I'm like, I'm freaking out, and I'm like, what the fuck? And my mom's like freaking out too, cause like, I mean, I'm yelling and shit, I'm screaming, and like my mom just didn't know what to do, and I remember being in the car. I think she called the ambulance, and they were like, well, I think they took me in. I don't remember too much. I think she either called them or we went. I know I ended up in the hospital or like for 5 minutes, and then they told me they couldn't do anything or they didn't know what to do or something like that, and we just left. Because I didn't stay in the hospital for long. I know that. But like, anyways, I'm in the car or whatever, and I see fucking like just spiders everywhere, and now I'm seeing them in color. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. It went on like that for like 3 days or something. It was the weirdest fucking experience of my life, because I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, I don't understand. I asked my mom, and she just doesn't know what the fuck happened. And I've never had anything like that again. But if anything, that could have been the second seizure. There's a fucking stupid ass thing that happened that day, or that like second day. My mom would take care of a girl that lived down the street. Her name was Joycey, right? And we were chilling. We were playing some games on my GameCube. I don't remember what the fuck we were playing, but I saw one of the fucking spider things land on her fucking head, and I was like, yo, no, he's gonna kill my friend. I fucking grabs the GameCube controller, fucking throw it, and well, it was like spinning, right? So the fucking like the grip, the little hand grip thing on the GameCube controller, like it was spinning, and it just hit her on the fucking head, like straight in the forehead, with the little grip thing. You know where you like hold the controller, right? Like the little prong. So like that's what fucking hit her in the forehead, like just straight on, just bah. And needless to say, she just didn't want to be friends with me anymore. But that memory, bro, that's fucking crazy. I don't understand it. It's fucking stupid, but like, it kind of feels good to talk about it. You know what I mean? It's stupid, I know, but like, dude, yeah, like you would have to be there. I wanna like talk to my sister about it. She's the only other person I would remember. Maybe my brother, but mainly it would be my sister and like my mom. And I kind of want to record them. Want to record a conversation with them, and I probably will. I'll get that. I'm gonna visit him soon, so we'll get that. Let's see. I have some. I think I said that right. I had notes here. Let me just see. I asked my mom like how did you feel about it? Like having to be responsible for me. Like having that like, I guess just having that responsibility. Having that knowledge that like, your son is susceptible to having seizures, and stuff like that. She just told me like it never bothered her, like I mean I'm her son, like it never bothered her, but she was just very worried, and it caused her to be the way she was. I don't think I've ever really talked about this, but like my mom, I'm pretty sure like a lot of moms, right? But like she was just very, protective. Like she was just like, she always wanted to know where I was and this and that, and I get that. That's normal, but like for her, it was like, he can have a seizure and I'm not there. That was her whole thing. And honestly, I never understood that as a kid. I just thought my mom just didn't want me to go places or whatever. Like honestly, I understand now as an adult, as as a mature person, I'm just like, yeah, no, my mom just fucking really was worried, you know, and she just was like, you know, nobody can help my kid the way I can or whatever, you know. And I understand that. I totally see that. As like a friend with like, or as a guy with friends who already have kids on their own, like I kind of see that already, you know, like with the dad, like the difference between like a dad and a mom, you know, like the dad's always just gonna be like, oh yeah, I just wanna like be the cool one and like fuck around with my kid and that's it. And the mom is always gonna be like, you know, this my fucking baby, you know, the fuck, I'll beat the shit out of you, you know. So I totally understood. Um, she just, I remember, because like this is how I know it didn't bother her, right? Even as a kid, like we would go to the newer or the more recent doctor, right? Like after that we went to this doctor and he was a really good doctor, right? But like he just took so much time. Like we would get there at like 4 and we wouldn't get out of the office like till 9. Right? Like we would be there at 4. We'd probably get seen, like we'd be waiting and we would get called in like at 6 or so, right? And then like if we were at 6, then yeah, we'd probably get out at 8. But if it were like anything after that, we'd get out at 9 or even later after the office is already fucking closed. You know what I mean? But like she never minded that. She was always like, you know, if someone could, like if I can't help you, you know, then at least I can help you by taking you somewhere else. You know, taking you to someone who can help you, or you know, they can help you. You know what I mean? And you know, I was just like, yeah, you know, I understand. But it, you know, it's just weird, you know, hearing that from my mom. I guess, cause like I've never had that kind of, like yeah, we have conversations and stuff, but like it's never that like I guess it's like because I was interviewing her, right, and I've never had that kind of conversation with her, like that. I never had that a format. I want to say format, but I feel like that's the wrong word for it, you know. But just that kind of I guess interaction, you know, like where I'm the one asking her questions and she's just answering me, not as her son, but as just someone who's answering her questions or asking her questions. What the fuck, you know? It's very weird, very, I guess, surreal. And with all of that, you know, like my mom asked me, am I good? Like, did I fuck up? Like, am I a good parent? You know, like, did I protect you too much or whatever? And I was like, you know, I don't think so. Not really. You know, like, I think you did what you think you had to do. You know, you did what you thought was the right thing to do. You know, like, you know, your mom said, you know, if you couldn't take care of me, you know, who could? You know, I think that was like your whole thing, and I respect that. You know, like, you know, I mean, yeah, maybe I didn't have like the most, I guess, fun as a child. You know, I wasn't able to go out with friends, and I wasn't always able to make like trips for mariachi or you know any of my extracurriculars. You know, like I wasn't always able to go places or whatever, or for field trips. But I mean, I get why you did it. You know what I mean? And I mean, you know, she's my mom, so it's not like I'm gonna be mad at her. It's not like she was terrible or anything. It's just she was trying to protect me. So yeah, it's cool. later on I toughened up, so it's fine, you know. But yeah, that's the end of the video story. Not really any moral to it. Just kind of wanted to get this out there, you know, as most of these Kuma Talks kind of go. Mom, if you're watching, hi. Yeah, that's it. If you like this video, you know, there's a button for that. You can go ahead and smash that, and you want to see more, you know, leave a comment, ask me some questions. I'll probably get more like stories out of it, I guess. Like I actually have like something to be like, oh yeah, here, you want to know about something crazy or something I regret or whatever, like, yeah, I got you, you know, I can come up with some stuff. It helps me, you know. So yeah, then leave a comment there, or if you want to see anything else, you know, just leave it there, and I'll probably get to working on it, depending if it's not too crazy. And you like me, you like what I do, you like what you see on the channel, consider subscribing, you know, if you're new. And if you're returning, leaving a like, sharing the video, that's plenty. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I've never been in a fight, but I've gotten my ass kicked for something dumb that I said about some guy's girlfriend, which wasn't that dumb, cause at the time it was factually correct. Now my face is wrecked. It's neither here nor there, man. You still seem to care, man, an awful lot more than you let on. I wanna be fixed by doctors, I wanna be operated on. I need you to take me to the hospital, even though there's technically nothing wrong. And you'll say you love me for the sake of the tradition.